Walker, and today we're gonna bake again. I haven't uploaded in a while again. To be fair, I did film another baking video like 2 weeks ago, and I hate it, so I'm just trying again. The funny thing is that the video that actually made it before this one, the peanut butter, is called like Fun and Failure with Peanut Butter Fudge Bars, I think. And I don't know if I really talked about failure that much. I just failed. And me and failure have a bit of a cantankerous relationship. I have a hard time accepting not being perfect. Oh, and there's fruit flies. I have a fruit fly trap that I've had here all day, and it's gotten rid of most of them, but there's like 2 that are still alive. So I'm hoping that they, in one of the 2 fruit fly traps that I have, will meet their end at some point. But anyway, something that I've been working on the past like year or so is accepting that no one's perfect, especially not me. Actually, I don't care about other people being perfect. What? I don't care about other people being perfect. It's more just I have these impossible standards for myself. But yeah, I've been trying to accept that I'm not perfect, and no one really probably cares if I'm not either. So part of baking that helps me is that it's really hard and you just fail sometimes. But the video that I made, I was gonna put it up, but I didn't want to have 2 failed bake videos in a row. I realized that I don't know if I've really had that successful of a bake in this apartment, and I'm not making excuses, but I am pretty good at baking, and I really feel like the oven is not the best. I think I figured out that I have to put it like 5 to 10 degrees higher than I think it says, and that seemed to help the last bake I did. So yeah, we're doing that. Also, the last video I made that you're never gonna see, the AC in my apartment was broken again, and it was so hot and I was just struggling. I don't know why I thought I needed to film. It was like 95 degrees outside, my AC was broken, and I was baking, so fruit flies, not my favorite. Why don't you go in this nice vinegar trap I have for you, please? But yeah, today, did I say I'm Lou Walker? Hello. Today we're baking brown sugar oatmeal cookies, and it's not usually the kind of thing that I would go for, but I don't know, it looks good. I thought maybe switching things up would be good. It's pretty simple. We're just gonna take 2 cups of dark brown sugar, and I'm like ahead of the game today. I love my baking videos when I actually take the effort to like measure all my ingredients out beforehand and stuff, so we're just gonna have a much better time today. 2 cups of dark brown sugar, and then half a cup of salted butter and half a cup of unsalted butter, which is a stick of each out of little packages, if you're wondering. This might be the last video in this apartment though, judging by how I really haven't been doing great on the every other week upload thing that I always aim for. But I'm moving in pretty soon in July, so maybe by the next time I film I'll have a good oven. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but I feel like it wouldn't be hard to be a better oven than this one. So I thought I had everything ready, but I forgot to get my mixer ready. Alright, so we're mixing brown sugar and our butters, which I softened. It's not the most helpful recipe because it's not really a recipe, it's just ingredients and a video that basically just shows them dumping everything in a bowl together and mixing it. So I'm just kind of doing that, but I mean, that's kind of what baking is in a very general sense, so yeah. And now we're just gonna put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 2 eggs. Okay, oh, I don't have a bowl for this. I'll just use one of these ones. Okay, we'll do our eggs. Ooh. I'm a little out of practice with my one-handed egg crack. It's really more about how you crack it the first time. There we go. You have to get a good crack with like a clean cut. Now we're just gonna do our 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. What else is new? Well, I'm still full in my hyperfixation on Avatar: The Last Airbender that I've had for the past year. Especially like Zuko and Sokka. But I'm also sort of entering back into the hyperfixation that I like half got into, but then Avatar took over. So I'm getting back into it like full force of the Disastrous Life of Saiki K, which is like one of my favorite animes, maybe my favorite anime. And it's so good and I love it so much, but there's like no content for it online. So I'm trying to hyperfix, or not me, I'm not like actively trying to, but my brain is trying to hyperfixate on it, but there's nothing to do other than just rewatch it. And then there's like 3 fan fiction at least of the ship that I like, which I don't usually like straight ships because they're kind of boring, like you've seen it a million times, but I like the straight ship of Saiki and Terahashi. But technically I don't think it's like fully, like it's a little bit queer because I think they're both asexual. At least Saiki is demisexual, demi-romantic. I mean, that's what I get it. A lot of people say he's like interlaced, and that's fine because everyone wants representation, but I relate more to the demi part of it, so I think that's probably why I see it. But yeah, I like it, so there's not a lot for it because everyone thinks straight ships are boring, including me, except for this one, and that's fine. My other straight ship that I like is Maka and Soul from Soul Eater, and that's pretty much, is that the only straight ship I like? I mean, I like Star and Marco from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, but I think outside of those ones, I like anything but a straight ship usually, you know? Like, it's a little boring at this point, but yeah. Okay, let's mix this. Oh, fucking hell. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can. Nice. Can I get it up? That's much worse. Dang it. It's in my hair, it's on my shirt. Excuse me. I think I'm just gonna continue with this on me, because at least it's already stained if I do it anymore. That was fun. Okay, we're gonna do we have a 1.5 cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of baking soda. So we're just gonna put this in. One day I'll have 2 cameras so I can do like some sort of above view of this as well, but I'm still poor, so I am really excited about my new apartment. It's so cute. It's like the cutest one that I could find at the price point. It's kind of like out closer to North Raleigh more than I want it to be, because like there's not really, I don't want to be in North Raleigh because it's just like there's not much there, and the stuff that is there is expensive because it's the rich people side of town. It's a little bit in between, but it's gonna be very trafficy and busy, but still closer to work than I am now. So at least I can maybe stop getting up at 5 a.m. and start getting up at like 6. Which was kind of the main goal of moving, outside of like having a real apartment, because I kind of, last year, I was just trying to move to Raleigh and get out of my parents' house and like get to Raleigh. So I kind of just ended up here, which is not, it's basically, it's like off-campus student housing. And I'm a little bit past that point, you know, I graduated college. I'm ready to move on and be an adult. I have egg on me. So yeah, I'm gonna have an actual grown-up apartment, and I'm excited about it. I have another kind of random roommate. Like, I just found her on the Facebook like roommate finding thing for the city. So we'll see how that goes roommate-wise, but she seems nice, and she at least like acknowledges my existence. So that'll be fun. I think the only thing that's left after this is to scoop in the oats. Am I wrong? Are you gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Where's that from? Is that the Wicked Witch of the East? I don't know. I just have vague memes in my head all the time. Alright, I got 3 cups of oats, or rolled oats. So I'm just gonna dump them in and fold them. I feel like I've taught people how to fold things before. But, so, what you do is you cut down the middle, scoop and scrape the side, flip it over, and the key is to turn the bowl with you, and you cut again and turn, because if you're not turning, then you're just doing the same thing over. But if you turn, then you're actually doing something new. Yeah, I feel like I just like chocolate things so much that I don't want to be disappointed by the lack of chocolate in this, but I don't really know if it would go well with chocolate, you know? It's surprised there's no cinnamon in it. And then I have like a glaze to put on top of it too. They just put caramel on top of theirs, but I don't like caramel, whatever. So I have something else that's like cinnamony. Oh, I have to preheat the oven. Dang it. It was going so well. I was so prepared and I still didn't preheat. So I think it'll be good. It'll be helpful for putting it, for actually putting it on the cookie sheet if I cool it for a little bit first. So it's probably for the best. Plus it'll help it spread less because when you make the dough cold, it keeps the, like the fats, like the butter from spreading as much. So if you don't want your stuff to spread as much, it's always good to chill the dough for a little bit. I'm gonna chill my dough just since I have to preheat my oven anyway. And I'll preheat and I'll be back in a minute for you, but in like 20 minutes for me because my oven is terrible. Right. They use the like an ice cream scoop for theirs, which is very smart. But I personally don't have such a tool. So my tablespoon is sort of similar shape, so I'm just doing that. And it looks like it's working. Is this too much? I don't know. I'm not good at sizing things, if you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, it's the first batch. We'll find out. Possibly waste all our batter. That's fine. Oh, I do have a cookie sheet now. I don't know if you noticed. I'm moving up in the world even more. I have actual measuring devices and a cookie sheet. So, alright. It tells me to do, I think it's at 12 to 13. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes because I do have my thing on 360 and that it said at 350, so I just want to check it. But I think my oven is just wrong. Based on past baking experiences. Alright, cookies are all done. They're cold. Ran out of icing, but I got some more. And I'm literally just using, what is it? we're being janky. And I have toaster strudels. So I'm using that for my icing because I don't have powdered sugar. And I can't be bothered to go get some and because I just want to finish this. So I'm just going to use toaster strudel icing. And it comes in a convenient little guide. So I'm trying to just do like X's and see how much I have left. Once I at least get an X on all of them. I have the Jeffrey Bezos song in my head again because I thought about it, how I finally got it out of my head. Come on, Jeff. Capitalism is going to kill us all. And I thought that I could start doing actual like gaming streaming sooner than later, but after experimentation, the answer is just no. So I have to wait until I can afford a real gaming computer. Which sucks because I have so many things that I have to pay for right now. I'm not limited to a new apartment, a bunch of car stuff, and just being alive, which sucks. Once again, I find myself asking when and where I asked for my own existence. I need to stop. I cannot be stopped, however. I made a mistake of when I was baking them. The first batch I did like medium size, kind of like this. And then they started running into each other. But I like the consistency. And then my next one, I was like, well, I'll make them a little smaller so they don't run into each other. But then they ended up being a lot harder because they got baked more. So then I did like a whole other batch of small ones, even though I didn't like the way they were turning out. Technically, they're so good, they're just like crunchier. But then I realized after doing 2 whole batches of small ones, I can just do less on the tray and keep them big. Which is not my smartest moment ever. Let's throw away all the evidence. Them earlier, but it was still warm, so I guess they're gonna be a little harder now, apparently, because they feel much harder. Let's see, let's try a big one, because I want to confirm that they're not completely hard. It's a good one to try. I don't want to waste one of the good ones, so I'm trying to find an ugly one. Oh, this one's broken, so let's do this one. They do have softness left. I don't think it's gonna dry out completely. And I think the icing is good. I wish there was more icing, but I think just a little bit is nice too. Because it might be a little too sweet with the whole thing covered. Wait, did I even show the class? Hold on. To be fair, they came out a little better than I was hoping. I didn't have a lot of faith in the recipe. Can you see? Hold on, can you see? I'll come bring the camera around. I think they look pretty darn good. They're definitely like crunchy, but the insides are soft in the middle. Finally a successful bake. And I did have to turn my oven up 10 degrees for it to be the temperature that I wanted it to be. So that's good to know now that I only have a month left of living here. Now as I'm putting this away, let me say my goodbyes. Sorry it's been a while again. I just have crippling depression. So sometimes I make a video that I don't like and then I feel bad about it for 2 weeks and then I finally film again. We only went and did it. Made a video, made some cookies, and they came out good. Finally, they're not really my kind of thing that I usually would have, but I'm excited to give them to my sister and her husband because I think they'll like them. But yeah, I'm Oatmeal Walker. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel. There's a lot more baking and cooking stuff, and there's also some creative stuff. And like this video, leave a comment if you want to. You can also subscribe and check out my social media. I'd love to talk to you and stuff. But I'll see you soon. Bye.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.